Are illegal immigrants getting SNAP benefits? That's one of the biggest questions we need to answer today, as Democrats claim they're fighting for Americans while including immigrants in their demands. Speaking of which, the government continues to be shut down as one Democrat senator openly admits that his party is wrong. Before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Civic Trigger.
Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you.
It's very rare for me to agree with Governor Gavin Newsom, but he is right. Politicians, and I'm not talking about just Democrats, okay? Even Republicans have done it. Both have lied to our faces. Republicans lied about giving us the Epstein list, and well, Democrats lied about working for the American people. But here's what sets them apart. Democrats hate giving US citizens help. And what do I mean by that? Well, the government is still shut down. This means that millions, around 42 million Americans, are unable to use SNAP benefits. We've gotten reports that they'll be restarted, although recipients are now expected to only get half of what they used to get. And then there's the concern that some have with SNAP. It's rumored that illegal immigrants are part of the 42 million people who receive these benefits, something that Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins confirmed.
Is we sent letters to every governor in America being very clear that no illegal aliens can use SNAP. 0, 0, 0. We asked every state for the first time in history, and this was in February, to send us their data and let us, with DOJ and a war room, actually start going through this data to better understand how this explosion of SNAP benefits happened under Joe Biden. We increased almost 40% on this program in just a couple of years under the Biden administration. Of course, we know they were trying to buy the election, but that's a conversation for another time. And since we have asked for that data, 29 states have complied. Of course, almost all the red states, a couple of couple blue states too. But in that data, and I haven't talked about this yet publicly, in that data we've studied about $100 billion in spend. We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off just since the president took office. We've arrested about 118 people. So this has been ongoing. But Rachel, to your point, what this conversation has allowed is a national spotlight on a broken and corrupt program.
Of course, Democrats would never say that they're providing legal immigrants with any kind of funding that we deserve to get. However, I am worried since House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries can't answer a simple question about these programs. Are illegal immigrants included in their budget to reopen the government? Listen to what he says right here.
I think the questions about illegal immigrants getting these benefits go back to a term that's in your proposal that you've put forth that says legally present immigrants are eligible for all of these subsidies. And there's a big question about what lawfully present means. Does that refer to people who are here under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals programs? I guess there's different descriptions of what people see. What does that mean to you, a lawful preference? Would it refer to DACA?
We had a meeting with the President of the United States yesterday and made clear, we're not trying to change current law. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people. In rural America, in suburban America, in urban America, in small town America, in the heartland of America, in black and brown communities all across America. That's what we're doing. That's what this fight is about.
Let me try helping him out here. If we go by logic, then yes, illegal immigrants will be included in their plans. They'll be provided with health care and probably SNAP benefits. But don't take my word for it. I remember back in July when New York Attorney General Letitia James tweeted this out on X. Why would they even think about suing the Trump administration for asking for immigration status? That's such a simple thing to ask for if you're going to get a US citizen benefit, right? It doesn't take a legal expert to figure out that they're hiding the truth from us. So if anything, they're holding up benefits for US citizens in order to take care of illegal aliens. Although that's far from what they want you to believe. They want you to blame the Trump administration for this shutdown. Here's Congressman Sarah McBride getting slammed by CNN of all networks as he tries to defer blame to Republicans.
It's on Republicans to figure this out. They control the House, the Senate, and the White House.
No, but let me.
And so I'm not going to sit here
But you're in the House,
yeah.
but you know in the Senate there's a 60-vote threshold. The president is calling for that, the nuclear option, to get rid of that. And I hear you're saying Republicans are making a choice. Democrats are also making a choice.
It's not all bad news, though. There is one person left in their party who still has some common sense. Because it's crazy to keep the government shut down for people who aren't even citizens of this country. And that person with common sense, it's Senator John Fetterman.
Well, why won't Schumer do it? I mean, you voted to open the government.
Well, I mean, I really kind of led the charge back in March about, keeping our government open. And I thought I might be the only Democrat. And there was enough people back in March. And I said, I'm going to be right there in September when this comes back. And if I'm the only Democrat, I'll still be there because it's wrong to shut our government down.
Does Schumer hate you for this?
No, of course he doesn't. He doesn't hate me. We might disagree with it right now. And where I'm here tonight to have a conversation because I'm going to have a conversation with the other side. And that's where I'm at. And I'm going to show up and talk to anyone that invites me to be here because we really need each other, and I want to have. And one other thing I refuse to do as a Democrat, I'm not going to call you a fascist or a Nazi. I'm not going to compare anyone to Hitler or anything. That's wrong. And if you resort to that thing, you've lost the plot.
Here's the truth that Democrats won't admit to you. Republicans worked with them during the Biden administration. You know that. They voted for continuing resolutions with Democrats. They're not doing the same thing out of spite for President Donald Trump. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree that our benefits be provided to anyone other than U.S. citizens? Sound off in the comments. Before I go, make sure to drop that like and subscribe to keep yourself informed. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.